More than 1,27,000 deaths. One of the most high-profile casualties is the credibility of the World Health Organization, damaged beyond repair. The WHO's response was delayed and inadequate. It has faced a barrage of criticism and it is now facing action. America has cut the funding of the World Health Organization. Last week, US President Donald Trump had called the WHO, quote-unquote, China-centric. Last night, he decided to hold back funds.
Today, I'm instructing my administration to halt funding of the World Health Organization while a review is conducted to assess the World Health Organization's role in severely mismanaging and covering up the spread of the coronavirus. Everybody knows what's going on there.
Everybody knows what's going on there, says the US president. His criticism matters because America is the largest contributor to the World Health Organization, the biggest donor. Last year, America gave more than $400 million to them. That was around 15% of the WHO budget. China was the second largest contributor. They gave around $86 million in the last financial year. Now, the fact is that Donald Trump should be the last one to preach about timely action. And his own list of failures is fairly long. But in this case, his criticism of the WHO is fair and accurate. Government officials and health experts the world over have raised serious questions about the WHO for downplaying this crisis, for moving too slowly, and for bending over backwards to help China. In Japan, the Deputy Prime Minister began referring to the WHO as the Chinese Health Organization, the Deputy Prime Minister of Japan. The government of Taiwan says that the WHO ignored its early warnings. Do their charges have merit? Let's look at the sequence of events, the chronology, if you will. On the 14th of January, the WHO tweeted this. Preliminary investigations by China found no human-to-human transmission of the coronavirus. Let's assume that China was telling them the truth. Even then, the WHO was caught napping because on the very same day, the Wuhan Health Commission issued a public bulletin. It said the possibility of human-to-human transmission, quote-unquote, cannot be ruled out. What does this make of the World Health Organization? They were sleeping at the wheel. Then we have Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the WHO Director General. His leadership, or more precisely, the lack of it, has been criticized. Instead of calling out China for the cover-up, he has showered praise on China. In January, Dr. Tedros visited China. He met with Chinese President Xi Jinping. He praised China for, quote-unquote, setting a new standard for outbreak response. Almost 45 days later, the same standard led to more than 1 lakh infections in almost every continent of the world. Today, more than 1 lakh people have died. It certainly is a new standard, as he calls it. Our investigations have revealed why Dr. Tedros will not say a word against China. Beijing supported his candidature for the post of Director General. In 2017, China had helped Dr. Tedros win this election. And this is being called quid pro quo, a favor for a favor. In the last 3 months, Dr. Tedros has repeatedly praised Xi Jinping. At the same time, he has been quick to criticize other governments. 2 examples stand out, Taiwan and the United States of America, both slammed by him. The matter finally came to a head last week. Donald Trump unleashed a barrage of criticism against the World Health Organization.
And I think they have to get their priorities right. And their priorities are that everybody has to be treated properly, every country. And it doesn't seem that way, does it? And the World, WHO, World Health got it wrong. I mean, they got it very wrong. In many ways, they were wrong.
They got it wrong. They severely mismanaged the situation. They aided China's cover-up. In March, the WHO made an appeal to raise $675 million to help fight the pandemic. And now they're reportedly planning to make a fresh appeal for $1 billion. That money may be very hard to come by, given their record.